Hey guys, before we crack on with this week's episode, I just want to let you know that I've got a giveaway this week and next week's video. So both of them are going to be Tie Gear products. Tie Gear is the mob that I use. Their guy ropes for the awning on my car and my caravan. Really good bit of kit. Tie Gear have also got into doing some screw-in pegs, and I've got a set of 4 of their hard Terra pegs to give away this episode, and a set of 4 of their soft Terra pegs to give away next episode. So these ones this week, this is the hard Terra peg. It's a screw-in peg. It's got a 19mm head. I'll also supply you with a 19mm bit for your drill or your impact driver. So that'll fit the head of that. It'll also fit the head of the soft Terra pegs. The other thing is these 19mm drivers are also the same size that you'd use for your drop-down legs on your caravan or your camper trailer, so that's really handy. And I really like that the hard Terra pegs have a masonry bit on the end, and the head swivels around so that as you're driving it into the ground, it doesn't wrap up your rope. So that's a really nice bit of kit. Now, to get your hands on this week's prize, all you've got to do is look out for the code word summer in this week's video, drop it in the comments section below, and Tiff and I will pick someone at random and send you out a set of these screw-in pegs. So we're doing that this week and next week. Make sure you're watching next week's video. If you miss out on either of these giveaways, don't forget that all Tie Gear stuff, my discount code WILD will save you 10% if you want to buy any of that gear anyway. Righto, let's crack on. This was a good one. G'day guys, Cam Wild Touring, and welcome to a new trip series. So I'm out here camping on the banks of the Broke Inlet. Broke Inlet is a massive freshwater inlet that dumps into the ocean. I think it's about 15 k's wide, so it's pretty big. And it's closest to Walpole. It's about 4.5 hours south of Perth. Anyway, first night we're camped up on the banks. I've got Leon in his new Grand Cherokee. Leon used to have a shorty. He had a short wheelbase GQ Patrol, so you'll remember him in that. I'll show you his new Jeep a little bit later, but it's pretty cool. And I've got Duffy there as well in his Ford Ranger. So we came down a night early. There's a couple of other boys that are gonna meet us down here tonight. But before that, we're gonna pack up. We're gonna do some full driving down to the coast, check out some of the beaches, maybe do a little bit of fishing. We'll see how we go. And then we'll come back here and meet the rest of the crew, have a big cook up. And the next day, we've got a pretty cool full drive track to do out to the inlet, or the river mouth of Broke Inlet, which is along a full drive track called the Fisherman's Track, and it should be pretty good. For now, we're gonna pack up, have a cup of coffee, and hit some full drive tracks. It is pretty corrugated in sections. This trip very nearly didn't happen because there is a massive out of control bushfire burning in Walpole, which is not too far from where we are.
Homes are being threatened tonight and residents warned to evacuate as a big bushfire takes hold near Walpole on our south coast. The fire is believed to be the work of an arsonist.
You don't want to be in a situation where, you know, A, we put ourselves in danger, or B, we waste emergency services time having to find us and evacuate us and all the rest of it. So it's just been a situation where we've been watching it for a couple of days, sussing out, you know, whether they're getting on top of it, which way it's burning, is it going to affect us? And we made the call that we should be sweet out here. But as we get into reception, I'll get an update on conditions. Those patches where the big carry trees are bloody impressive, eh?
Yeah, that's all right.
So we should be turning off this fairly shortly, and that's where we'll let our tyres down and hit the full drive tracks, work our way out to the coast. Should be a good little run there. I don't know if we'll be able to drive on the beach, but there's supposed to be some good lookouts. So last night we camped up here, and then we've just driven out here, and we're at Crystal Springs. And we're going to do this Long Point full drive track, couple of beaches to look at: Hush Hush Beach, Long Point, and Little Point. Should be good.
Sounds good, yeah.
dropping tyres down to 16 pound. Probably don't even need to go that low, but because it's like a single narrow track, I just don't want to stuff around and hold people up. So while there's a bit of space here, I'll drop my tyres down and then we'll cruise down there. I have just noticed that one of my valves is leaky. As soon as I've taken the cap off, it's leaking. It wasn't leaking with the cap on, otherwise my TPMS would have told me. But I'll replace that valve or clean that valve anyway, and I might show you guys how to do that. It's pretty simple, and it's probably a good reminder to always carry spare tyre valves and a tool to get them out. So we'll do that later though, because there's no rush. Doesn't seem to be leaking with the cap on. Anyway, this will take a couple of minutes, and then we'll get onto this track. Absolutely beautiful drive, really enjoying this. Very similar to all the full drive tracks through Dontracastro National Park. Where we were camping last night and where we'll camp tonight was actually kind of in between Dontracastro and Shannon National Parks. But yeah, all this bushland and coastland is stunning around here. And we're really lucky to have quite a lot of full drive access and quite a lot of camping sites through here. Just got to pick your weather, because it can change really, really quickly down here. Thoroughly enjoying this right now though. We see quite a lot of that conveyor belt up the dunes now, sort of southwest, foresty, coastal sort of areas. And it's to slow down dune erosion. It stops all the constant traffic coming through. It just stops them displacing all that sand and ending up with deep ruts and dunes just shifting and whatnot. So it's a bloody good idea. They're just sort of staked in with big stakes that they hammer in. So you do have to be careful that none of them are upturned and give you a flat. How's the bloody view here? Leon and I are gonna walk down to the beach. There looks like a bit of a goat track down there, and we're gonna have a bit of a flick. Leon's got some muleys, I've got a little bit of squid on some whiting rigs, and I'll also probably flick a lure around. I'd love to just get a little herring or a little tailor or something for lunch, because I brought heaps of food, but all, oh you bastard, but all kind of dinner stuff. So I wouldn't mind a bit of fish, fresh fish for lunch. And then I've had a missed call from the boys. They're already at that campsite that we left this morning. So we'll have a fish. We might go check out one or two more bays around here, have some lunch, and then we'll shoot back and meet the boys. Absolutely stunning stretch of coastline. Not much of a track though. Hopefully we can stand on these rocks and flick off and see if we can catch something. Got to be real careful on those slippery black rocks. Any rock that's black is going to be slippery, and it doesn't take much to end up in the drink. End up catching a couple of little small ones between the two of us, me and Leon, but Leon managed to catch one, decent sized one that was worth taking, so he's in the back gloating over there. So I've cooked that one up for lunch. He had a pie and the travel buddy already. What did you do to that one?
I sat too near the bottom.
You killed that one.
Should be right. Bit of plastic never killed anyone.
Yeah, except the people that killed. So the boys, yeah, had some travel buddy feeds. I got a bit of fish and a bit of salad going. Or potato salad and pasta salad. And then, I don't know, we might cruise on and have a look at a couple more beaches, or we may just shoot back and meet the boys at camp and dig in and set up and have a few beers and start thinking about dinner. I'm on cooking duties and I've got a pretty good feed planned. Well, hopefully it's good. Big tiger snake here on the road. We'll have a look. We won't get too close. Oh, he's not a bad size though, eh? So the tiger snakes down here look different to the ones we get near home. Like, he's really black.
He is black, isn't he? Beautiful, man, beautiful.
Pretty sure that's a big snake poo. You can see there's hair and stuff in it. There's some bones or something in there. But there's quite a lot of it along here. Quick interruption from the video, guys, and I'll show you how I've fixed this leaky tyre valve. Obviously, I filmed this on the driveway because I realised that I hadn't packed my tyre repair kit at all. So a little bit of a good reminder for me to make sure that I pack this on future trips. So I'll show you what we're doing here. Taking that sensor off for the TPMS, and you can see it's leaking. So a decent tyre repair kit, amongst other things, should come with a valve tool and spare valves, which I've got inside there. Sometimes it's a matter of just tightening it if it's come loose, which is the case with mine today. But other times you get dirt or mud or whatever inside that valve, and you may have to completely remove the valve to clean that crap out and stop the leak. So I'll show you how to do that. And it's really simple. We use the same valve tool. What you've got to be mindful of is if there's 40 pound of pressure behind that valve, it's going to come shooting out. So I'll show you what that looks like. I would never remove a valve even to clean it unless I knew that I had a spare valve to put in there, because the chances are that the one inside your tyre is going to come shooting out and you'll lose it in the bush. Bear's going to come out pretty quick. So you can see I had a pretty firm grip on it, because from experience I've lost these things before, but that would have blown any crap out if there was anything in there. If it was still leaking now, I'd stick a new valve in there. Obviously I've lost a couple of pounds of pressure in there, so I'll stick the air pump on and we'll be good to go. It's that simple. Anyway, let's get back to this video. So we're just heading back to the same campsite as last night. We're gonna meet Gubby and Craig there. Well, that was the plan. I gave them a waypoint to meet us out here, and we heard them on the radio as we're coming in, and they're calling for us. They lost the waypoint, they got no reception, they've been wandering around lost, and they just got really lucky and just happened to drive across us on the road, and we flagged them.
100% came along this far easily.
We flagged them down, so we've managed to get them, but it didn't quite go to plan. Oh, we missed them last night, so we're stoked we're all together now. It'll be good. We need to set up because this rain looks like it's setting in. Righto, I'm on tee tonight. We're all set up. we've had rain on and off, so we've been hiding under the awnings. I'm doing creamy chicken Dijon for dinner, so like Dijon mustard. Should be nice. I've got some bacon already cut up there that I'm frying off now. Craig and Gubby are sorting out some mashed potatoes for me on another cooker. And I've made this really easy for myself. So I've pre-cut all the bacon, I've pre-cut all the onion, and I've used a barbecue chook that I've pulled apart at home instead of cooking chicken out here. I've just tried to make it really easy. So this won't take long at all to get together, and it should be good. This is homemade stock, so when I've broken down the barbecue chicken, I've basically boiled the frame and reduced that down to make my own stock. So it's a bit lumpy, but so much flavour in it. So I'll let that sort of reduce until it's about half as much liquid in there, and then we'll add the next bit. So I banged 2 big tablespoons of Dijon mustard in there, and some cream, and I'll bang my chicken in at this point. So this was 2 barbecue chooks that I've pulled at home, which is pretty much a kilo of chicken.
I don't think I'm hungry anymore now. It's taking that long.
Righto, we're nearly there. We're going to go a good whack of parmesan, and then some spinach. Stir it all through, bacon on top, and we're done. And we're done. All right, boys, get your plates.
Oh wow, that looks alright, Cam.
Well, I reckon it's gonna be good.
You're scared. Thanks, mate.
There you go.
Cheers, Cam.
Yes. Right, Tone, have a bite of that. You got a spoon here?
Yeah.
Have a bite. Let me know.
A bit of mash. Chicken.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gubby likes it.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
That is
man.
good.
Good.
Gotta give it it. Oh, that was good.
I'll tell you what, you're plenty upskilled.
Come on, all right. Hang on, man.
That's too much, man.
Yeah. Well, that come up pretty good, eh? Yeah. That's nice. Really nice. Gonna sit down, smash this, and then I think Gubby's making us a cocktail, and it sounds pretty interesting.
I'm glad I'm older.
That should make it into the B-roll.
Gubby's on
Oh, he's on.
cocktails, and he's doing, do you know what it's called?
It's an alcoholic Dr. Pepper.
It sounds,
That's all I know.
yeah, so, and this is from Maddie?
From Maddie, my daughter, yeah.
Yeah, so his daughter's recommended this one.
She has. So it's ice. It's a mixture of Coke and beer, which is Emu tonight, and some Disaronno.
When he told us about this, we were disgusted.
Which sounds weird.
Mixing Coca-Cola and Emu Export
Yep.
and spirits.
This is going to froth up a little bit anyway, so we have to let that. We'll let that settle. That's all good. That's all part of the game.
It just doesn't sound right.
Coke and
It's
Export.
gonna
I mean, I like Export and I don't mind Coke.
Yeah, but not together.
We'll top this up after. We'll be right. We'll let it settle.
That one needs a bit more Export.
Yeah, it does. Right. Well, we need
then that'll be 30 mil.
around 30 mil, so
Shot glass is
that'd be
30 mil.
perfect. Yep.
You don't need a shot glass, just judge it.
Yeah. Well, no, we'll do it. We'll be all right. It'll look all posh then.
I've always got a shot glass in.
Oh, that's more. That's like 50 mil, Cam. But
No, they're 30. They're 30.
but that's 30 mil.
Yeah,
seriously.
measured. Yep.
All right.
No,
Okay.
it's not Ben.
That's about 30 mil.
No,
Right.
no, seriously, the full thing's 30. Dead set, promise you.
I wouldn't believe him
That's
either.
about 70 mil.
Yeah.
But that's all good. We'll go with it.
All right, I don't want that much.
I'll have to.
No, come on.
I'll have the 30 mil setting, please.
You're getting what you're given.
Thank you.
Well,
All right. Is that stirred properly?
Yeah.
Cam,
yeah,
no, I don't think
we're
that's
good.
stirred.
All right.
Hang on.
We good to go?
I don't know.
Cheers.
Hang on.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bottoms up. See how we go.
Cheers. Dr. Pepper alcoholic.
I quite like it.
Yeah.
It is Dr. Pepper, you bang on.
Told you.
Actually, yeah.
It's
I'll tell
actually
you what,
pretty good.
It's not.
I think we doubled up the actual Disaronno, but
Do you know what? It's all right, though.
It is okay.
I looked at it. Didn't look appetizing.
Beer and
Look at
Coke,
the
you
colour
like.
of it though. Look at that.
I know, eh?
The colour of it is horrendous.
But it tastes okay.
I know.
It tastes
looking at
pretty
it
good,
going,
man.
Man,
There
I'll
you
tell you
go.
something.
Maddie, you're in. Well done.
Yeah,
done,
well
Matty.
done, Matty.
Well done,
But I'll
guys.
tell you something.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Beautiful.
Well, that's it for this week's episode, guys. Thanks for watching. Next week, things start to get a little interesting. We get a couple of vehicles bogged in some of the worst, deepest, most disgusting black mud I have ever seen in 15 years of full driving. And unfortunately, we break the Jeep. The Jeep has a pretty hard time this episode. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.